wanted to do this video last night, but I just did not have it in me. By the time I finished my second workout, reading and showered, it was already 11:30 and I had to be up at 4 for work. So wasn't able to do that. At least I'm not going to say I wasn't able to. I wasn't willing to do that. Let me reword that. Sleep was more important to me at that moment. We were going to hop into the accountability list and a little chat, but I wanted to do this video yesterday because yesterday was the last day of 75 Hard. So for me, that's quite an accomplishment. I've never been that disciplined for that amount of time in my life before. And it's proven to me that I can go that far, keeping a steady diet, constant exercise, and no alcohol and the other requirements. So that's really good. The cool thing about a program like that is it's a mental toughness program, and it really does. It gives it to you. When you're like yesterday, for example, I'll run you through the day. Got up at 4. I did not run because I had to get up for 4 just to hit the highway in time to make it to Miami and beat the traffic. Already, I did not want to get up at 3 o'clock to go run in the morning. So I knew that was going to tail load my day for failure or tough. So yesterday we hit the road. I hit the road 5 a.m. Worked, got back to town about 8:15 last night. Went directly to the gym, changed in the parking lot, hopped in, got my first workout in, went home, ate some food quickly. Thankfully, my wife and daughter stopped by the gym just for a quick hug and kiss because I haven't seen them. And then went home, ate, and went out for a run. I still can't properly run because I pulled some muscle up here behind my pec. I don't know if it's a lat or a pec. It runs horizontally to my ribs, and it's just every strike I hit or big impact, it's incredibly painful. Even if I'm in the truck and I hit a big bump, anytime I bounce up and down, just like straight getting stabbed in your ribs the whole time. So I still can't properly run, but that was the last workout for 75 Hard. 75 Hard is done. I don't know if I'm going to move into the Live Hard program. I absolutely debate it. I pressed the button on the app just to see what was on the other side, and that kind of opened my mind to me that, hey, another 30 days won't hurt. I think that I have exactly about 30 days until baby boy is due, which my son William is due, I believe, in 3.5 weeks now. So I might somewhere very close, 25 or 30 days. I'm not going to go through that type of routine during the birthing process. I'm going to be there for my wife and my family, and that's the priority. So I'm not worried about those requirements. Then it's either I'll just take a failure and pause, or restart, or do whatever I have to do. I'm not going to put that on the family. Leave in the hospital room or go get exercises in and all that. It's not happening. Anyhow, I want to hop into my accountability. I just wanted to get an update on the 75 Hard. So that's that. It is completed. As far as moving forward with 75 Hard, I'm not sure what layers we're going to do or what program we're going to work out. I'm going to hop right into the accountability stuff. I love the bucket concept. I don't know if you guys agree with it or not, but realistically, life is all about keeping these certain areas up to date, up to snuff. So I love the buckets. Just, to me, a fluid level bucket, you got to keep these buckets full to be living life completely in all the areas. And of course, everyone is always failing in one or more than one bucket at a time. That's life. But the goal is just to be aware of where you're coming up short and how to improve. So that's why I love it. It really helps me just to know, man, I need to focus in this area a little bit more. And doing it weekly is the perfect balance to me, because I can look back on a week. It's not a month. It's still fresh on my mind, and I can actually think about, okay, I'm short here. I need to increase here. And that really works for me. I hope that the concept works for you and helps you guys as well. That's the only reason I'm doing this. I hope that you'll get something out of it. I don't need to, strive to make videos. I'm terrible at this, so getting better, but I'm not good at it. All right. I had a great time last week with the kiddos, the kid, wife. I was out of town for some of it, so swamped with work. So I did struggle in the husband and father area. But when I was home and there, I did make it count. There was a lot of work, but there was a lot of time that when I pulled off, I really tried to make myself present and be in the situation, whatever that was. If it's dinner, if it's whatever it is, I try to be present for all those things, which was good. So I didn't have the most amount of time with them that I wanted, but I made the best of the time that I did have, and that actually went pretty well. That's probably a good goal for everyone. Be present, put the phone down and think about it. You control your attitude in all these situations too. If you're grumpy from work and whatever, grumpy from anything, you are the control. Control your controllables, so you're actually present in the attitude and the mentality you want to be in, that you would want to be in. Your family deserves that, even if they aren't. We all have bad days, but you can control your attitude. You are in charge whether you're having a good day, bad day, or hey, even if you're having a bad day, turn it around, be present for your family, and make that time a good day time, or just lie to yourself and make it more positive, because you have that control. We all do. Notes. Oh, work was swamped. Worked out of town quite a bit. Excuse me. Worked out of town quite a bit last week. I think I was gone for 2 nights. And then I was swamped in town the rest of the time. So I don't think we took any breaks from work during the week. Worked a full pull. I think I even did some weekend stuff as well. I know the prior week before Sunday, I was out in the shop working most of the day on that Sunday. On and off, I went inside, got lunch and stuff with the family, and worked the majority of that time. Worked straight through the week. There was no fun days this week, no playing hooky. We were on the grind. Like I said, when I had the time with them, I made it count. That was great. So work was good. In the new business, I actually went out. Last week was decent, honestly. New business-wise, I'm working on the new truck. That's my next kind of priority. We're still working on the website. One website has been released to me. It's not online yet, but the first provisions are to us, and we're going through and reviewing it. It's almost ready to go on, and the next one is almost ready for revisions. So that's great. We are moving forward in both businesses. That's good. The new truck is part of that new moving forward goal for me too. This week it's a flatbed work truck build, so I did find toolboxes for it, which is great, because I was looking at spending about $5,000 in aluminum toolboxes for the bed, for the layout that I wanted, and I ended up finding some fiberglass boxes. They're a little tall, but they should work really well, and I bought them somewhere off Marketplace for like $200 from some guy. And they're all fiberglass and gel coat, so they'll polish up nicely, or you can wrap them. They're not going to be polished aluminum like the bed will be, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. For what it is, it's going to work really well. I also this week bought another welding machine, lead reels, torch reels, another torch setup. What else was with that? I bought a bundle of things, which was great. The machine's in excellent condition. That's going to swap out one of my other spare machines and get us, I think it's just out of warranty. I think the new machine I got is like 3.5 years old, and it only has 90 hours, so it's in mint condition. It looks like it's never even been rained on. I'm going to sell my old backup machine, and it'll probably only cost me a few bucks for the upgrade. So that's always those lateral moves in business, when you can upgrade your equipment for little to no money. Always take the upgrade. And I've realized that me kind of flopping equipment as they go has saved me a ton of money on overhead. The little gas welders are $11,000 now for a new one. Like I bought this one for, it was worth $8,000. I paid $6,000. I think my old backup machine's probably worth $5,500, $5,200. So we're talking $500 or $600 for a 5-year upgrade. We went from 1,500 hours to 90 again. Always think about that. The trucks, cars, everything in business, anything that you work, it's important to get them, to find out the right value point to get in and out of the equipment and keep it You don't want to have old worn out stuff because you're taking all the cash from the business and putting it in your pocket. You have to be reinvesting into the business all the time, constantly. Even if you're broke, you have to put money back into the business. If not, you're going to have down days. Every day that a machine's broken and a guy can't go to work, it's $1,200 a day or whatever that case is. It's not worth the cost of having old crummy equipment. Buy new stuff, keep it nice, do it affordably, be smart about it. Next, my reading was good. I'm in this book called Multiple Streams of Income, and I really enjoy it. It has a bunch of stock market strategies on continual income and making higher percentages, and it has real estate strategies, which I love. So I need to buy some investment property. I've been meaning to for years and just haven't pulled the trigger. Now everything's so high, I don't know how to do it and stay cash flow positive. So, but that's a goal of mine. So reading's great. Finances are good. Business is a little broke because I keep buying all this stuff, putting it back in the business. So money-wise, the business is actually kind of tight, but I have a security blanket that makes it, it's fine. I could always loan the business money if need be. Personally, we're doing fine. We're always good, thank God. And like I said, if you keep working, you stay busy, finances will be there. It might not be today, but you write those invoices, and in a few months, someone will pay them. So that's the good news. You'll always have it rolling. Fitness has been on point. I've been a little tired towards the end of 75 hard in these crazy work schedules I've been doing. So you definitely feel that in your workouts. You might, in between sets at the gym, if you get on there and scroll, man, you could lose some extra time in between there, and you didn't capitalize on your whatever time you allotted for your workout. I rarely ever do 45 minutes because I feel like I just don't get anything done. But that's a thing, As you get more tired, you get a little bit more lazy, and it's hard to keep that in mind. But still doing 2 days. 75 hard is over as of yesterday for me. I may move into the Live Hard program. I may not. If I don't, I still intend to. I still intend to maintain 2 days, or at least, say I'm doing one workout and I have the time, it's probably going to be an hour and a half or something like that, and I'll do cardio and lift. Something along those lines. I'm going to stick with the routine. I like the morning running. I would really like to get back to running. So fitness-wise, like I said, I still can't run because I got this pulled muscle that's killing me in my ribs. I did run about a mile yesterday, but it's tough because I have to hold my arms to my chest. I have to support them, and then it just throws my whole run off, and I feel like it just doesn't. I'm not fluid at any means. It's a fight. It's really, really abnormal. So fitness has been good. We'll have to watch that in coming days because now I don't have the actual physical restriction of 75 hard. Now it's on me. So that's if I don't continue with the Live Hard program. Diet's been good. I've been slipping up on my diet a little bit. There's been a little, for 75 hard, it was no bread was my thing. No bread or low sugar, low bread, low carbs. You can't go no carbs, and you can't eat fruit and all this stuff, and that's just too crazy. I'm gonna have a bite of something here and there. But I definitely pushed the diet boundaries this last week, and I could have been better there. That's the only regret I have through 75 hard is if I would have tightened up that diet a little bit the last couple of weeks, I probably could have lost another 5 pounds or so. Just doesn't matter. I'm not in a rush. I don't care. But just, I could have done better there, just in a self-judgment area. I'm happy to pass, happy to make it through. But, you always look back and judge yourself. I could have pushed it, could have done a little better. All right, my fun category is slacking. Honestly, this is gonna go back to the family bucket a little bit and the fun bucket, but some crazy way, my wife had the baby shower last Saturday, and so we were swamped between that, work, and blah blah blah. I actually had fun helping them prepare for the baby shower. I obviously didn't stay during the baby shower. I got to go two nice timely workouts in with no stress. But I actually had a great time being there and helping them get set up and going right back and helping them tear that down. And shockingly, I had fun doing that, which is not my cup of tea normally. But they know how to use me to where, they put me in the food division. Here, make this, make that, and that's right up my alley, so that's fun. So I actually had fun, and that kind of helps the family bucket. A little investment into happy wife there as well, showing up, helping. They love that. So fun bucket besides that, pretty much non-existent this week again. It's just been a jammer. So this physical week, today it's Wednesday, this week is spring break week. My wife is a school teacher, so she is off work, but she is drowning with work, grading that's due. All her grades are due, and she has to do all her work for her maternity leave. So she is absolutely drowning in work, but I guarantee you that in the next few days, it's going to be a boat day. I got to go work in Miami today, so it won't be today, but I'm going to burn a day here soon. I'm going to drag them out, even if it's just for a half a day, an evening or a morning or something. We've got to get the family out on the boat. It's that time. So Fun Bucket's been slacking, but we're going to invest some time in that very, very, very soon. I feel it coming. Scrolling. This area I suck at. I really need to focus more and catch myself when it starts. Because in the evenings when I have I could be doing paperwork, I could be ordering equipment for work, I have a million things I need to do all the time. It never ends. Anytime you have a business, you have work to do. If you're not smart enough to hire that work out, which I haven't successfully done yet, of course. So I need to do better on the scrolling. That's something I need to work on. And it hasn't really happened that well. I need to just get to a point where I can catch myself when I start scrolling and turn it off. I may even take my Instagram app and my Facebook app and put them in a folder by themselves. This was recommended to me by a friend, Harvey, and put it into a folder by itself to where it's not first nature to get, when you open the phone, to get on it. Sometimes I find that I just have an idle minute and I don't even, just due to pattern, I go right into social media and scroll, which is just a waste of time. It's great to see the reels with your friends, just doing life. It's awesome, but it eats time. It's a time suck. So, got to improve there. That covers all my buckets. What are we going to chat about now? I want to do a video. I want some response from anyone that actually watches this. I want to do a video about finance. Hutch's Welding, Harvey, good friend of mine, he came in here and commented. He's like, dude, he wants to know about finance, because for the last 15 years, he's always looked up to me. He's like, dude, you've always been stable as far as finances for the last 10 or 15 years. Ever since I quit running the race car and said, I'm tired of being broke and we're going to do better, we have done better ever since. The wife and I have pretty much lived debt-free the entire time. We now owe on our house, but that's the only thing that we owe on, and we don't spend money that we don't have. We become very disciplined in that. So he wants me to go in and do a show on finances and how to be better disciplined in finances, and not to go buy that shiny object unless it's a need. And did you buy it right, or did you just go buy the $100,000 truck versus I've always gone and bought the $30,000 truck that I can still put 220,000 miles on for that 30 grand. Unfortunately, the downfall of that is I never have the fancy radio or interior or any of those things. That's just the way it is. So you got to pick your goals, what you're willing to live with versus what financial struggle you're willing to live with. Personally, I don't like debt. So I need to get in. I want to do a video on that. I need to do a video on that. I've just been struggling with time lately, people. So hopefully soon we'll be able to lay that out. And I'm sorry the videos feel a little rushed, and they have been. I've been doing them in the middle of the night. I have not had time to have a free mind to really study the material first. Last video I had a ton of ums and ahs. I didn't have time to reshoot it. I didn't love the material, but it got the message out. And at the time, I had to get the message out due to timeline. I want to do one of these once a week. And keep falling short. So just so you know, that's my goal, and that's where I'm struggling with it. That's why sometimes I'm not all put together, and that's that. Like right now I'm shooting in the truck. Here's what it is, but that's the time I could find. So we want to do a video on finance. How many cool things here? Oh yeah, I had a great one. What does happiness mean, and how do you achieve it? I think I heard this from Andy Frisella, I believe, on his podcast, which would be Real AF. That's a good one. If you guys don't watch it, hop into that. As long as you can handle a bunch of language. He does have a pile of language on it. But the business ideas, he's got a lot of political things on it, but his business concepts they're just true. They're real. And it's good material in my opinion. I always recommend it. So happiness. This is a great thing I'm stealing from him. Discipline plus purpose plus gratuity equals happiness. So every position you're in life, you have a choice to be happy, and you have a choice to be disciplined. You have a choice to have purpose. It doesn't matter if you're striving to make $100 or $1 million, or raise your kids, or be a better person in the church, or be a better brick mason. We all have purpose. Pick up the trash in the yard better. So discipline, purpose, gratuity, gratefulness. If you're grateful for the opportunity to be a better brick mason, or to be a better welder, or to be a better husband, or to be more like God, if that's your goal, whatever it is, doesn't matter your goal or your purpose, you have a choice to be grateful about where you are and how it's going. That equals happiness, people. You can build your own happiness. You have the choice. Control your controllables. You control your mood. If you can get out of your own head when you're in a shitty mood, you can get out of your own head and take a step back and think about it. Realize, how bad is it really? And how's it going to be tomorrow? How's it going to be in an hour? You're going to realize that you control it. And that's the answer. Most wealthy or very successful, high-functioning individuals, you never see them get angry or freak out. I have a buddy of mine in business. You go walk up to him. I've seen his employees walk up to him with their tail between their legs and say, I just sunk a $250,000 or $500,000 machine or $1 million machine, and it's going to cost you $250,000. And he goes, It's always his response. I look up to him all the time. Sean, this is for you in case you're listening, dude. Always. He goes, how did that happen? He stays dead calm, discusses the situation, asks the employee. He doesn't tell the employee how that could be prevented. He does not scream. He asks the employee how that could be prevented next time. And he just handles it in such a profound way that's always just, I admire him so much for it. It just blows my mind. I used to work with him a lot, and he's a great friend of mine. And I'd always see him in these situations. It could be family, it could be employees, it could be business. And you get these really tough situations, and he just sits back and he goes, Now, he might be furious, but he doesn't tell anyone he's furious. How do we how do we prevent this in the future? Just handles these situations with the utmost professional. And those are the choices we have. You have the choice to scream and get angry and act like a freaking moron, which I fall for regularly, 100% of it, a lot. Then I get all upset, and then you carry that through the rest of your day. Guess what you did? You ruined all that time. You look unprofessional. Or me. It's not just you. Whoever's behind the wheel, they look like an idiot for not being professional enough to control themselves. So remember, you control your happiness. You control your life. You control your controllables. You control your attitude. We're all allowed to be upset, but if you can keep it under control and step outside of the box and look at how critical it really is and how long that effect is going to be on you, you can generally, if you get those two things done, mentally you can step outside and look at that and say, not that big of a deal. Because, as my normal saying is, in 20 years, you'll never remember it. And 90% of things, that is absolutely the case. Half of them in 20 minutes won't matter, but it's still enough to get us excited. That's it. I'm going to cut it off. That's a 25-minute video. That's plenty for us. I just driving along here. Unfortunately, I just missed one of my lanes I should have got into. Not too big of a deal. Might cost me a few minutes. But I hope you all have a great week. Think about your buckets. Think about how to improve. If you're not working at it, you'll never improve. It takes thought, planning, and when you actually look at it on your buckets, if you write it down, then it's on your mind. So throughout the week, these things are hovering in the back of my mind. Hey, how am I being a better husband? Am I being present for my kids like I want to be? Am I showing up to work to actually do work, not screw off on the phone? Keep it in your mind. Once you start thinking about the process, you start doing this, you just naturally get better every day. Every single day you get better. I have some more advice for anyone that wants to achieve more. Go to the Real AF podcast. I think it's episode 208. Or you can search, look at his power list. And it is such a great concept that he puts 5 items on a list. And I'm not going to go into great detail here because I am ending the video. Look at his power list. He does 5 items on a list every day. And when you achieve those, you're done with the day. You know, you still have your regular things you have to do. It's not that simple. We all know that. But 5 new things that you're working on every day, focus points, and I think he's absolutely right that if you do this for 5 years, then you look back, you're like, holy crap, how did I get so far along? And you don't even realize you're advancing because it's so smooth and so consistent. I'm not going to say effortless, but it's because you're doing it so gradual. The hare always wins the race the turtle always wins the race versus the hare every time. So remember that. All right, I'm out. Have a good week.